costs $4,000. The furniture in the lobby costs $4,000, right? Look at this. You become a distributor by getting a unit. They'll give you an international ID number. You're in business for yourself, but not by yourself, and you're supported by a billion-dollar operation with thousands and thousands and thousands of employees serving you. Wow. When you sell your first unit, how do you do that? Well, you go to training. Like today, the guy that's going to come up here shows you how he did it. Okay? You go to training, and it's very simple. If you don't want to, if you want to go to training at home, go to our website. There's what Dia showed you one. There's one called KangenOneGlobal.com. I think that's one of the top sites. It doesn't sell anything. All it does is all training. When you sell your first unit, you make 1 point, $285 on that unit, $340 on that other unit. Okay? So when you sell your second one, you make 1 point. That's what 1A means. You're a 1-point agent. When you sell your third unit, you make 2 points. If you multiply 285 times 2, it comes out to 570. So if you're a 2-point agent, when you sell one of those, you make 570. If you sell one of those, you make 680. Is that crazy or what? You can buy it cash, you can credit card, you can get it financed, and if they have real bad credit, you shoot them to the Enagic financing, which has no credit turndowns. So anybody can sell this. Here, you make 570. Imagine that. Some people work a whole day for $570. Oh my God. What are you, nuts? 570? Here, somebody sells one, boom, they make 570, but that's not the money. Down here, you create overrides, which is leveraged income. Let's say you bring in Mary. She says, hey, I like the demonstration, I'm going to go get a machine. You make 570. Let's say Mary sells 3 of them. She makes 285, 285, and 570. You make 570, 570, and 570 on her sales, whether you're there or not. That's called leveraged income. Yesterday, I got about $4,000 or $5,000. I have no clue where they came from. It's all people selling down there. Isn't that the way to make money? Wow. Look what happens when you get 10 in your group. Now, 850, you're a 3-point. Every time you sell one, you make 855, but that's not the money. Every time someone sells below you, you now make 855. Imagine that. How many of those do you need to do a month to pay your bills? And you can open up as many franchise lanes as you want. Look what happens when you get 20 in your group. Now, in a normal business, that means you've done about $80,000 worth of business. Now the motorcycles you're selling cost you less. Here it's backwards. Because you've done $80,000 worth of business, every time you sell one, they give you more profit. Because there's no inventory loading. You now make $11.40. If you're a 4-point agent, you make $11.40. And you know how easy this is? How many 4-point agents are in the room? Let's say 3 or 4-point agents. Anybody here? Raise up your hand. Stand up. If you're a 3 or 4-point agent, stand up. Stand up. Look at that. So people are doing it. And if you ask these people how they sell their machine, they'll tell you they give away water. Imagine that. That's our marketing strategy. We give away water for free. We take them to a meeting. If they want to buy, they'll tell us. That's why anybody can do this. Look what happens when you get 50. Let's say you only sold 3, but your team sold 47. That's 50. On your very next sale, you're a 5-point agent, and by the way, you never go backwards. Once you're a 4A, you can never go back to 3A. Once you're a 5A, you can never go back to 4A. Ever, 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 ever. 5-point, you make $1,400 every time you sell one. $1,400. Wow. Imagine that. And here, how many 5-point agents are here? Raise up, stand up, stand up. Look at that. These are people about to go to the next level. Okay, look at the next position. After they get to 100, you now are a 6-point agent. That's the top of the company. You make 1,700 every time you sell one of those. And you make 2,000, over $2,000 every time you sell a K8. Is that, you make $2,000 every time you sell one. Can you imagine that? And all you're doing is giving away water. Anybody who's thinking of a business, you've got to look at this. Because it's real. And people are missing it. They go to another program, they try to recruit, and you know the thing, we've been through all that road so much. If you're in this, stick with it. Don't give it up. Because you'll eventually find an Omar. You'll eventually find a Wadiyah. They're out there. Look at this. Here, let me show you something. How many 6As are there in the room? Please stand up. Okay, listen to this. These people, remain standing. These people got to over 100 sales. They got 100 checks in this business. I want you to listen to this. How many sales did you sell when you got 100 checks? How many sales did you personally sell? Yes, Colton. 24. Dirk, how many did you sell? 13. Tony, how many did you sell personally when your team hit 100? 6. Mary Jane, how many sales did you sell when your team hit 100? 20. Okay. How many sales did you sell when your team hit 100? 5. What I'm trying to tell you is you don't have to sell 100 by yourself, okay? The average 6A sells about 10 when they get 100 checks. And they make about 50 to 70 grand. Imagine selling 8 to 10 machines and making about $70,000. That's what I did. I sold 12 in this business and checks kept coming in. Wow. Okay? And here's the second thing I want to show you. Take a look at the 6As because these are the people you want to ask questions to. Here's the second thing. Take a look at it. They're not that good looking. I'm just kidding. Look at them. You can do this. Those are some of my best friends. Thank you very much, by the way. I want to show you that this can be done by anybody. You can do this. I've gone to meetings where somebody come up here and they go, yeah, they made 6A, they made like a ton of money, and they come up there and they go, hey, they don't even know how to speak English. It's unbelievable. Anybody can do this. Anybody. Okay? 6A make 1,710. So again, once you hit 6A, every lane you open is 1710. But the money is not you selling. The money is in that lane, when somebody sells, you make 1,710. Equalize. Is that on a machine? That's awesome. You know, that machine is awesome. I had that one for 10. I bought that one over there only because that one is cool. That one you can bring to the Philippines or Asia or Europe and it won't blow up when you plug it into a 220. It's got it's got 8 blades, it speaks in 8 languages. That one only speaks in 1. That one speaks in 8. I have it, but I've never tried. If you want to feel like you're in Mexico, you just press Spanish and the thing will go, hey, ¿qué pasa? What's happening, man? It won't say that, you know what I mean. You know, you can French, it speaks in French, right? You speak in French. It's French, and it go wee, 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 whoa, you know? Okay? So again, those are the machines. Look at the 6As, and you should see the bonuses. See this bonuses? Your first bonus is $3,000. Your second bonus is $6,000. These are bonuses. And they're there are people receiving bonuses of $100,000. In the room, there are people who've gotten it, 50 grand, 25 grand on one bonus. Have you ever seen a check for $25,000 or $50,000? Wow, to get that kind of a check, somebody has to die and leave you the insurance. Anyway, okay, the timing. I just want to talk about this one piece. The timing is sensational. See, that's what I do. We study trends. Trends start there, it goes. And by the way, trends go like this. They start out in the beginning, microwave, cell phones, flat screen television, Keurig, every single product goes through this. The money is made there. The problem is 98% of the people get involved or find out about the product here. When you bought your cell phone, you weren't here. When you bought your flat screen television, you weren't here. You were here. You're hearing about this, and you are right there.
Wow.
The company has a worldwide market penetration 1.0. That means there's 99% available. And here's the great, it took them 10 years to get to 1.0. You got 20, 30 years of big money here. It's not one of those short-term things. So if you're a network marketer, if you're an entrepreneur, if you're an executive and you're looking for a home and you're looking for income, like me, I didn't come here for 100 grand. Hey, Bobby, I saw Bobby here, my good friend. Bobby made $300,000 his first 8 months. That got my attention, but that's not what brought me in. It's a lot of money, don't get me wrong. That's not what brought me in. What brought me in is the guy who's coming up this afternoon. Because when I called him, I said, Romy, you made over 6 figures last month? This was 10 years ago. And he goes, yeah. I go, what do you do? He goes, you buy a machine. I go, what do you do next? You give water away. To who? And he goes, don't you know anybody who drinks water? He's in New York. Don't you know anybody who pays for water? Let me ask you guys something. All the new people. Do you know anybody that drinks water? Do you know anybody that pays for water? Do you know anybody that the water could help? Look at your business. And it's not only the 3 or 4 you know, it's the 3 or 4 they know. Unbelievable timing. You're never going to see anything like this. And the reason people are succeeding is because number one is the timing. Timing is the most important thing in anything. Timing. Whether you buy stocks, whether you buy a house. Anybody here married? Right? Did you know the day you met your spouse, if you would have turned right instead of left, you'd be going home to a different face tonight? That's all about timing. So your timing is great and it's simple. It's very simple. I'm going to talk to the ones who are, even if you're not, let's say you're not looking, but you want to do something. This is a lot of fun. And let's say you're not looking, but you have a child, you have a kid that's a bum. You all have, there's people, don't give me that. Okay? You have a kid that's looking for something. Don't you want to bring them into something where they can make 6-figure income? What do you have that could make your kid 6-figure income? My daughter's making 6-figure income here and she doesn't know how to sell. But all her friends drink water. So here you go. Documentation beats conversation. We want to bring up Mickey. Is he here? I want to bring up Mickey Wade. He's going to bring up some of the people. Okay, by the way.